How difficult is an Ironman? That's a really good question. And I think you have to put that question into context, because if you're already fit enough to be an endurance athlete, maybe you're a runner and you run half marathons and you've decided that this is a challenge that you want to take on, then how difficult is it? Well, it's going to be difficult. You're going to have to acquire a whole bunch of new skills. You're going to have to learn a lot about the new sport that you're about to endeavor into. You're going to have to learn a ton about how your body operates, and you're going to have to develop a whole new level of mindset that changes what you believe is possible for your life. So how difficult is it for somebody who is sort of at a, I can run a half marathon, I'm running every day kind of level? It's really not that difficult, but it's hard. For somebody who's not even at that point yet, it's extremely hard. Because the thing is, this is not something to be taken lightly. And it depends again on where you are in your world and your physicality. I would say that when I first got started in Ironman, I was running an hour a day, and I was running, easily a half marathon every weekend, because that's the physicality that I had at that point. I started at 40 from being a couch potato to running 3 years, and I built my endurance up, and I just wanted a bigger challenge. I felt like I didn't want to just do a marathon. I wanted to do something more. And I had a chance encounter with an Ironman triathlete. I was literally out for a run one day, and I bumped into this older gentleman. He was a doctor. He told me his story, and he was waiting on his bike at the top of a hill for his wife to kind of climb up and catch up to them. And we talked for 5 minutes, and I said, "Have you really done that Ironman thing?" Because he was wearing an Ironman shirt. And he said, "Yeah." And he said, "I used to be a runner, and this completely changed my life." And spending 5 minutes with me and sharing his story is what inspired me to go on my journey to become an Ironman. And I've since gone back and thanked him for that inspiration, albeit it was just 5 minutes. But he took me from a place in my life where I felt like I was kind of at my limit, and he introduced me to a whole new world of possibilities. But it also required a lot of education, a lot of training, a lot of mental toughness, a lot of resilience. And I think that's why I talk a lot about resilience, is because I know what hard is, and I know how to get from point A to point B and keep a positive attitude right throughout that transformation. So how hard is it to do an Ironman? Well, again, depending on where you currently sit today, it might be extremely difficult, but it's not impossible. We see many, challenged athletes who are missing limbs do Ironman, right? That's what inspires me, is looking at somebody who is facing much more serious obstacles and challenges than I am on the same race course as me and still finishing the race. That to me is a symbol of this is possible. And if I think it's not possible, I'm just making excuses for myself. If other disabled athletes can finish this and I'm making excuses, that's all it is excuses. So there's a huge element of mental toughness that goes along with doing an Ironman. So how difficult is it? Well, it all depends on your physicality, it depends on your mindset, and it depends on how much you're willing to put yourself into a pain cave to better improve your life. So if that answers the question, I hope it does. Anything is possible, but you've got to learn how to be better prepared and manage your expectations. Those are the 3 lessons that I learned from my 3 full Ironmans. And I got to tell you, I love doing the 70.3 half Ironman distance because it's very sustainable. It feels like it's an easy thing to do. It fits into my lifestyle, and it's a great starting point for anybody who wants to get into triathlon. Maybe look at doing an Ironman. Maybe set your sights on a 70.3 half Ironman. Do that successfully, and then ask yourself, am I willing to double what I just did over the course of another year? And think about the amount of energy and the abuse you're going to put your body through and the recovery that's going to be required for that. So those are conversations for other videos, but I hope that answered the question. The question was, how difficult is it to do an Ironman? It's pretty freaking difficult, but it's not unachievable, because obviously many people achieve that goal every year. You just have to put your situation into context and take those baby steps to make sure that you're moving forward successfully without getting injured every year. If that makes sense, I hope it did. Leave me a like, drop a comment if you have a question that you want answered, And if you think that I've answered incorrectly, I'm always open to the conversation. And if you haven't done so already, consider subscribing. We're answering questions that beginner triathletes have every single day on this channel. So hopefully that answered your question. Have a great day and bye for now.